Good evening and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View. Sorry if I'm going to be a bit subdued tonight. Spain has just announced about an hour ago that they are entering into an official period of 3 days of mourning due to the 72 people who have lost their lives to the floods. Only 45 minutes up the road from me. So yeah, devastating news here. But there is a Celtic game to get on with, and it is the Celtic channel, so this will take my mind off it just a little bit. And yeah, it's not the easiest of situations. Let me just make sure everything's working. So yeah, right. Let's get on with it. Celtic play Motherwell tonight. It's not even Motherwell, it's Dundee. Celtic play Dundee tonight, and it is a 7:45 kickoff in the UK. It's currently 6. What time is it? Where's the screen even? Wait a minute. Let's get the time back up. Time. There we go. It's currently 6 Celtic Park time. I need to move that just so you don't see what's going on through there. It's currently 6. The team should be out now, I think. If Celtic have got their act together. And match day. No, the team isn't out as yet. The team's going to be out exactly an hour before tonight, is it? Celtic changing their mind tonight, usually an hour and 15 minutes before the team is announced. And I am all in black tonight, yep. And as a mark of respect to all the people who have sadly passed away here in Spain. Absolutely devastating news. We've been really, really lucky because south of us, down towards Malaga and Almeria, got absolutely hammered, and then just to the north of us, the other side of Valencia, inland a bit, which is around about 45-minute drive to where the really bad bit happened, and then up towards Albacete. Got absolutely devastated. Anyway, as soon as the Celtic news comes out, we will get the team up on the screen. Celtic haven't put anything out yet, so they usually put it out, and they're maybe going to put it out in 2 minutes' time. Maybe I'm early, that's what it is. They should put it out at 5:30, because it's usually about an hour and a quarter before. Stephen Johnson's in the house, Sinead's in the house, hail everyone. Ian Roy's in the house. We win tonight, and that Pittodrie game will take care of itself. Either way, we're going to be further ahead in the league. And I don't think we'll be further ahead in the league, because if Aberdeen win tonight, they'll be right up beside us. Stephen Shaw says, evening and all, great evening home. It'd be nice to have them. Time and respect all the lost lives and prayers in the families. Yeah, it is everything will basically shut down here in Spain for the next 3 days. All fiestas regarding what is it called that goes on tomorrow? My head's just blank, it's all over the place. Guy Fawkes night. That's not even Guy Fawkes night. Anyway, everything, all the fiestas that were on this weekend have all been cancelled. That's all we need to know. But we are trying to get the Celtic team, and the Celtic team should be out in about 1 minute's time if they are doing exactly what they normally do. They usually put it out an hour and 15 minutes before. They do have, an hour ago they put a Celtic quiz up, and it's got Alistair Johnson. Ali Johnson looks scary sometimes in some of his pictures, eh? He does look scary. He must be scary on the pitch when you're right up close to him. Jesus. They do have Arne Engels on the matchday programme by the looks of it, Celtic. Celtic are doing it pay-per-view tonight within the UK and Ireland if you can't make it to the game, if you're not lucky enough to have a season ticket. Or you can watch it on Celtic TV on a Fire Stick. And I believe that they're going to start trying. There's the team is out. It is Schmeichel, Ralston, Carter Vickers, Trusty, Taylor, McCowan, Engels, Bernardo, Yang. Oh my God, he's done it again. He's dropped Rio Hatate. For the second game in a row. He's made a massive decision, Brendan Rodgers, and he's dropped Rio Hatate to get Arne Engels and Paulo Bernardo playing together in the midfield. He's also got Yang in the team. What has he done? He's dropped Dyson Maida. He's dropped Dyson Maida to the bench, and he's brought in Yang due to the fact that we only have the one fit striker. That's the breaking news tonight. What a decision Brendan Rodgers has made. Will that make a massive difference to the team? Will it make a massive difference to the way that we play this evening? Let me just get this screenshot and get it up onto your screens for you. And a little bit, 30 seconds time. Let's see how quick I can get this done and dusted and uploaded and then downloaded and uploaded onto the screen so that you can see the team. I've got to say, it is some changes. Again, he has said, Brendan Rodgers, that he will make changes when he needs to. It is a squad game. I never thought I'd see Yang starting, and I'll be perfectly honest. PNG, transparent backgrounds, 2 seconds. There we go. Done. Current page, download. Take that about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That should be downloaded. Click there. Get it up onto your screens. I need to click on image, browse, change, and voila, just by magic, that's the teams on the screen. So it's Michael, Ralston, Carter Vickers, Trusty, Taylor, McCowan, Engels, Bernardo, Yang, Palma and Kyogo. He's made a lot of changes tonight. What is the manager doing? He's starting Louis Palma for the start. Oh my God. What has Brendan Rodgers done? What has Brendan Rodgers done? He's not... People will be screaming, absolutely screaming at the screen saying, what has he done? Even though the tournament begins, Dundee, who cares about that? Let me just jump back on to get the subs. So the substitutes are, I need to stop shouting. The substitutes are, it's awfully echo in here, isn't it? I need to get some soft furnishings up to take away the echo. Sinisalo, Johnston, Alistair Johnston, we never even noticed that one. Ralston, Carter, Vickers, Trusty and Taylor's the defence. What's the manager doing? If we blow this the first half, he'll get people going absolutely bonkers. He's made massive changes. Is this right? Put the real team up now, Brendan. Oh my God, what has he done? Brendan Rodgers. Right, let's calm down. Deep breaths. I was all over the place before I started this video because of the news that Spain's going into an official 3-day period of mourning, which basically means everything will shut down here. I'd be surprised if there's any football on this weekend. But Schmeichel, Ralston, Carter Vickers, Trusty and Taylor at the back. He went with Luke McCowan, Arne Engels, Paulo Bernardo in the midfield. He's went with Yang, Palma and Kyogo up front. Has anybody else got the fear? Or is it just me? He's got Sinisalo, Johnston, Scales, Alex, Bae, Dyson Maida, Rio Hitati, Forrest, Welsh and Turley. Wow, where did that come from? Young Turley makes the bench. Brilliant for young Turley. Cameron Carter-Vickers is captain tonight due to the fact that... catch your breath, Baz. The fact that the one and only captain, Calmac, is out injured. I need to get the screen back up so I can see some of the comments. That is absolutely... I never thought I'd see so many changes. Remember Brendan Rodgers laughed at the fact... Remember Brendan Rodgers laughed at the fact that when he made too many changes in a game before against Falkirk. Is this too many changes again? We know this shows how important Brendan Rodgers is thinking about the Champions League. And not only the Champions League, but the semi-final this weekend. Massive game this weekend. Absolutely massive game this weekend. Crazy massive game this weekend. But tonight's a must-win game also. We cannot afford to drop points tonight. Let's not hope that it's a draw in Aberdeen and we drop anything. We need to go out and absolutely smash this mob tonight. And we need to keep everyone fit. So is it a wise move by Brendan Rodgers? I should really change the thumbnail. 2 seconds. What is the thumbnail? Massive move by... No, that's fair enough. That's fair enough thumbnail, yeah. Massive move by Rodgers. Yep, it is massive move by Rodgers. He's made some changes. Let's jump into the comment section and see what you're all making of the changes that Brendan Rodgers has made tonight. Again, First up was Pubcat. He said, "Morning hoops." Scenario says, "Good evening." Stephen Johnson says, "Hail, hail, Baz." Ian Roy says, "We win tonight, and the Tawdry game will take care of itself. Either way, we're going further ahead in the league." Well, we're not if Aberdeen win. Do you think that we should sign the young kid Miller from Motherwell? Says James. That's not the time to talk about it, to be honest. There's more important things like the game right now. Stephen Shaw says, "Evening all, have a great evening." Sinasalo, you meant to say. And Ohm, be nice for them to give us a chance. They're nowhere near the team. Ohm is nowhere near the team once again. Young Turley's got a chance. Give some respect to them that lost their lives, prayers with their families. Thank you for that. Frank Borra says, "We're going to do it tonight. Are we really going to do it with that team?" Paul Baird says, "Hail, hail." Stephen Johnson says, "Hi to Pubcat." Danny Cassie says, "Well, Baz, hail, hail. How you doing?" We're going to the Celtic players. He's going for 3-1. Paul Baird says, "Hail, hail, Stephen." Paul McGrath says, "Evening, let the tournament begin." 4-0 Celtic, Aberdeen 1, self-goal 1. Hail, hail, says Paul. Hail, hail, Trip says, "Ewan Boy Martins." Jamesy Quinn's going for 6-1 Celtic. Big Des is saying, "Even Baz and Troops." Danny Cassie, he's going for 3-1. Bukio got a score. Paul is saying, "Is this on the Paradise group?" Is it on the Paradise group? Hail, hail. He's rested Maida, Baz. He's not rested him. He's put him on the bench. He's not dropped him at all. He's on the bench. Dyson Maida's on the bench. Sinisalo's on the bench. Johnson's on the bench. Scales on the bench. Alex Baye's on the bench. Dyson Maida's on the bench. Rio Hitati's on the bench. Forrest is on the bench. Welsh is on the bench. And Young Turley's on the bench. It's a team full of changes, and it just gives me the fear, because the last time that the manager did this against Falkirk, they had a right good go the first half. Did Falkirk, and it wasn't until the second half that we had to bring the first team players on, then make the moves. Brendan Rodgers gave us a little indication in the press conference just a couple of days ago that he might change it, but didn't think he would change it that much after his little snigger about changing it too much before in games. Anyway, Big Des is going for 4-0 tonight. Stephen Johnson's going 4-0 Celtic. Paul Maguire's going 4-0 Celtic. Where are you getting the 4-0s from when you've seen all the changes in this team? I'm not that confident in 4-0 scorelines. And I just don't. I'm just being honest. It's like, where do you find the confidence? You've got Yang Palmer on the wings. They're not as good as Dyson Maida and Nico Kuhn. They're just not. They're nowhere near as efficient as Dyson Maida and Nico Kuhn. Nico Kuhn doesn't even make the bench. Nico Kuhn's been given the night off completely given the night off. Shows how much Brendan wants the semi-final win at the weekend. That's the big game. And breathe. Anyway, let's jump back into the comments section. And Brendan, we trust his big Dom. Paul McGrath says 60 minutes. If it's not going well, he'll change it, and then we'll end up winning 3-0. Wait a minute, because the comments have just jumped way up. Kuhn's leaving on the bench. Paul Baird says that team will be good enough to beat Dundee. No excuses, Baz. You're creating hysteria. He's up, lad. Well, it should be. Look at the changes in the team, man. Come on, Dave. Kuhn's been rested, Big Des, it looks like. Well, I think that we've got a strong midfield, says Stephen Johnston. Where's Kuhn? He's been left back in the changing room to sit on the bench, to sit in the stand tonight. That's a leaky back four. Don't say things like that. Ralston, I did say as well, there'd be a massive decision for Brendan Rodgers. I mean, I thought he would make one or two changes, and I thought the big decision of the night would it be Trusty versus Liam Scales? Trusty was brought in to play alongside Cameron Carter-Vickers. Scales had the jumper, and he had the jumper, and he said, "It's mine, I'm not letting go of it." When Cameron Carter-Vickers came on at the weekend, he moved Trusty over, and he'll move Scales over, and he's now dropped Scales to the bench. Interesting times by Brendan Rodgers. He's got our minds ticking tonight, isn't he? Woohoo! Anyway, it's good to see Taylor back in the team. Tony Ralston, more than capable. Tony Ralston, stalwart of the club, does it for Scotland. He can step into this, no problem tonight. I've no worries about the back four whatsoever. In the midfield, I've no worries about the midfield really either. Paulo Bernardo will sit again in the same role as what Callum McGregor does, allowing Luke McCown and Arne Engels to push forward. And it's not the two positions that I really wanted to see Paulo Bernardo and Arne Engels playing together. I wanted to see them further at the front. But if Brendan Rodgers is changing the type of player that Paulo Bernardo is, and he's going to have him more as a sitting midfield player, as a midfield general, and maybe he sees that as the way forward for Paulo Bernardo. Maybe he sees him progressing as a player, and maybe he's convinced Paulo Bernardo that that's the way that he'll get into the Portuguese national side. For me, the weak points of this team, the weak points are Yang and Palma. Let's put it out there. Are those the weak points of the team tonight? Can Yang and Palma up their game enough to show that they are first team choice players and supply the ammunition that Kyogo needs to put the ball in the back of the net? Yeah, if he doesn't, well, we've got Dies Maida sitting on the bench who's going to come on as a striker. So Stephen Johnson says we've got a strong midfield. I think so. Stephen Shaw asks where's Kuhn. He's been left out of the team. I think that as a defensive, it's a good team, as well as Kyogo will score the first goal. Paul Maguire says Yang and Palmer. Brendan, I'm shitting it now, says Paul Maguire. I just think he was going to be sick. The fear, but keep the faith. Oh, Jesus. Andrew Cook says, hey Baz, glad to see you and your wife are safe. We've just moved to Spain for Fife. Never seen weather like it. It's past now. I'm on the hoops. Andrew, we were lucky. We had really bad stormy wind conditions. We had one night where it was really bad thunder and lightning all night long, and I think that we were just on the edge of the storm. The fact that it hit down towards Malaga really bad, and Almeria, the inland for Almeria got pretty bad also, and then just up for Valencia. Well, you've seen the pictures. I mean, I've seen some absolutely horrific pictures today. The one video that I have saw was a bridge that collapsed, and there was cars on the bridge when it collapsed. There was nothing stopping this water, absolutely nothing. I mean, people think that they get heavy rain back in Scotland. You've never seen heavy rain until you see one of these Danas that hit here. I mean, there was one that hit in 2019, and sorry, I'm not talking about Celtic at the moment, but Andrew's, he's just moved over here as well. There was one that hit this region in 2019, and it devastated. There was no deaths, which we were glad about, but the death toll in Spain is currently sitting at 72, which is sad. But we're all about Celtic. Santoy says, where's Kuhn? He's been left back in the changing rooms. Paul Baird says he's going for 3 now tonight. Davy's going for 5 now. I don't see where you're getting high scoring games tonight. I just don't. They'll be looking at that team and go, woof, wait a minute, let's have a go at this. Do you know, mind what Falkirk did? And people will say, Falkirk got beat 5-2. They went 2-0 up. You've got to get to Falkirk. If Dundee can be a bit prettier at the back than Falkirk, there's a game in hand tonight. Yang and Palmer, maybe a step too far, says Jamesy Boy. Is that the only step too far? The rumour was Brendan was true. Ralston and Taylor. I never seen that rumour at all, but I'm glad you're telling me about it now. Palmer says. That's what's up going mad already. This team was doing the rounds yesterday, mental. Tim, well, if it was doing the rounds yesterday, do you remember the last time Brendan Rodgers was here? His team was getting released the night before. So when the team goes to the hotel, the players are pretty much told who's going to be playing. And then someone was obviously sitting and texting the team to their mates, and then it's just going around the entire Celtic support. So who's still here from the last time Brendan Rodgers was here? Because that's your leak. That's your leak in the team. Paul Maguire says, I've started way a team like Champions League. Okay, with Yang and Palmer. Hope they shut me up. Jesus, I'm leaving. I thought Scales would be dropped. Played loads of games already, but can't wait to see CCV and Trusty together, says Andrew Kirk. Yep, me too. That's the partnership that I want to see, because I think ultimately that's the partnership that Brendan wants to see working. I think he has trust in Trusty more not trusty, but I think he thinks his ability might be just that little bit better than Liam Scales. But then again, Liam Scales knows how to play against Aberdeen, and he'll be keeping him fresh with the Aberdeen game in mind, and also the Champions League game. Michael Ross says, hail, hail, my fellow Celts. Christopher says, hail, hail, Big Des. Ian McIntosh says, Yang ripped Dundee to shreds the last time he started against them. Tore Beck a new one. Yeah, well, Beck's not there anymore, is he? And Yang's not really been... He's not really had a great start to the season. I hope he can prove us all wrong tonight at Celtic Park. Stephen Cassidy says, hail, hail from Bavaria, Germany. How did you get on with the Storms last week? Because you had it pretty bad last week, didn't you? Just reading it. Keep calm, Baz, says Paul Baird. My head was all over the place before I come on this tonight, so trying to keep calm was just it was absolutely nuts. And anything that we did have planned over the next 3 days has just been cancelled. Evening says Stuart Ramsey, 3-0 the night. It's the Mighty South, says Michael Ross. Paul McGuire says, yes, it's on the Paradise group. Most games, Baz. I have no idea what the Paradise group is. I take it that's a Facebook group page. I don't do Facebook groups. Pubcat says, these guys are fighting for their places. Let's hope they raise their games and strike a claim. Celts for Life score for 2-1. That's a more realistic scoreline. I think it'll be 2-0. I don't think it's going to be... I mean, I went for 3-0 last night. I think realistically there's more chance... I don't know. It's either going to be 2-0 or it's going to be a high-scoring game. Aberdeen the Zombies 0-0 says... Hunter. Michael Ross says, it's a huge semi. It's a massive semi. It's an absolutely huge semi this weekend. Somebody else screenshot that or make that into a meme, wouldn't they? Oh, it's a huge semi. Oh. Catherine Reynolds go for 2-0. Scott Wallace gives fringe players a chance to shine. Bring it on, says Scott Wallace. Billy Gray's going for 3-1. Danny Cassidy's going for 2-0. Danny Cassidy, sorry. Dave Hislop said Michael's got a semi. But there you go. Just keep it to yourselves, lads. Just open to... Well, no, it's not really wanting it open to all, do we? Just keep the semi to yourself. Danny says, right, we want the treble as well, Baz. Yes, we do want the treble. And Stephen Cassidy says, squad rotation for Dundee in the semi-final in mind. Plenty there for a 3-0 win to Celtic. I'm going to jump through some of the comments. Apologies if I've missed some out. Stephen Shaw. On the positive side, I think Ida, Maida and Kuhn and McGregor and Tati and Johnson come back a strong team for us too. I mean, it is on paper it's a solid team. I mean, when you look at Ralston, Ralston does it for Scotland. He can do it at international level. He can do it tonight. Vickers, Trusty, Taylor, that's a solid enough back four for me. McCowan, Engels, Bernardo, absolutely solid, attacking-minded midfield. Like I say, the only two players that have a lot to prove tonight are Yang and Palmer. You know, Yang's been making noises about him and been at Celtic. But he's not been really making noises. People have been looking into too much what he says on social media, and the fact that, yep, fair enough, he thinks that he should maybe be playing more game time, but he knows that at Celtic it is a squad game, and he believes that he has the ability to get through this barren time in football terms and to get more time on the pitch. And tonight's one of those games that Palmer really needs to turn it on. He really needs to turn it on. When he last played, he came on for like 15 minutes in the game, but when he scored 3 goals when he were over in Ireland during the beginning of October, maybe that is giving them a little boost. And Kyogo, well, there's one thing for sure. We need to make sure that Kyogo's 100% fit for the weekend. Never mind the weekend and the huge semi for the Sheep coming down to Glasgow for the game at Hampden. But the Champions League game next week, it was a situation that I warned about before the season started, and it's coming to fruition. We've got one striker out injured and another one, well, that we would be in crisis mode at Celtic. Michael Ross says, Big Des, it's a bit tiny semi that he's got. That's Rich coming from you, Big Toe Des. You're all talking about semis and big toes now. I just love the chat in here. Paul Bear says, I bet Taylor will be left out of the semi-final game at the weekend. Oh, interesting. Interesting, Paul. Do you think so? Or do you think that he has enough in his locker and he has enough experience and the manager maybe will only give him... I think that Greg Taylor might only get 60 minutes. I think you're going to see a lot of substitutions from the 65-minute mark onwards. I think Greg Taylor will be one of the first ones to be brought off because Greg Taylor knows how to win at Hampden. Alex Bay's not really won anything in his career as such. He doesn't know... He's come from Barcelona, so... Do you know what I mean? He's come from Barcelona and it just says, just shut up. He's come from Barcelona. That's it. Yeah, so Paul, I don't know what you think about that. Financial Disaster FC to get humped by the sheep tonight, says Michael Ross. Remember, we will be jumping on 10 minutes to go to full time at Celtic Park. We will jump on. They are starting 15 minutes behind us. They always like being behind us, don't they, that lot? They are starting 15 minutes behind us for television. So we'll sit and we'll listen to the result coming in for that, and hopefully it's a good result and they go into meltdown. Joseph Devson says Defo Baz wide area will struggle. I don't think they'll struggle, but it's a massive game for Louis Palma. He sometimes takes too many touches and then loses the ball rather than take the easy pass. He tries to be the superstar that he thinks he is in his head. And I think that if he just takes the easy pass when he gets into the positions coming into the box, I just hope that he gets in, he does the right chance, he takes the right chances tonight. Troondog98 says it feels like Brendan tests for the players like Palma and Yang. Yeah, it is. If they aren't good enough to play against Dundee, then they have to go. Interesting, Troondog98. I think you've maybe got something there. If they don't perform against the likes of Dundee tonight at home at Celtic Park in the SPFL in the Scottish League, how are they expected to get a game for Celtic at the semi-final this weekend at Hampden, the National Park, in a big, huge semi? Yeah, I think it is. He's definitely thrown down the gauntlet to the players and go, there's your chance. You wanted a chance in a league game, now's your chance. That's what he'll have said to the players when he got them to the hotel yesterday afternoon. He would have sat them down and he would have said, right, here's your big chance, boys. Anyway, William says, too many changes in that team to gel. They should gel. The way that Brendan Rodgers has all the squads playing. Now, he did this the last time he was at Celtic. He had the first team playing a certain style of football. He had the B team playing the exact same style of football. He then has the under-18s and the whatever all playing the exact same style of football. The 4-3-3, so that everybody knows their positions and everybody knows when they come into the team. They should be able to flow smoothly into the squad. That's the theory behind it. Yes, that's the theory behind it. Whether or not that comes to fruition tonight, well, we'll just have to wait and see about that, I suppose. In around about 50 minutes' time till kick-off. Having three major hurricanes the last 2 years, I'm sitting here in Florida thinking, you've had major hurricanes. Ian, if you've not seen the news, what's happened in Spain, oh my goodness, these weren't just like normal floods. These were almost hurricane style. It was, there's parts of Spain being completely annihilated and flooded, and there was cars thrown about. There's pictures of cars in the streets that have just been like somebody's picked them up and crushed them together. It's unbelievable. Some of the pictures that I've seen today, unbelievable. It's almost as bad as a hurricane. House is devastated and just so lucky. Big Des says, Davey, hail pass to you and Tim Willie for Craig End, who's an avid viewer of the channel. You met him today. That's great. Do you know what's really good and really, it's good that when you meet up in Glasgow and at the games and stuff that you do have a wee chat. Do you watch it on Celtic Fans View? And it's good to see that there is a little community out there, and that's what I wanted to do with this channel. Do you know, it was build a community of like-minded Celtic supporters that were just as daft and just love Celtic as much as what I do. Anyway, Michael says the wife produces some killer wind, to be fair. I bet she does. In Scotland, we are for the people of Spain, says Dave Hislop. Thanks for that. We pray for the people of Spain. I have faith in Brendan's choices tonight. I think we all have faith. Bez, my mate lives in Turox. And he just messaged, said he was lucky. Yeah, Turox missed it as well. They're further up for Malaga, and they kind of... It was weird because it was a couple of years ago, we had 3 storms all hitting this area of Spain at the one time, and I was driving through it, and the lightning was frightening. I've never seen lightning like this. And when the 3 storms all came together and merged, it was just absolute mayhem. So yeah, it seems to have been in more inland, and yep. Brendan, we trust Palma and Yang, says Paul Maguire. Baz, I think that we have got that team. I think we should have. Good evening, Lanky. Lanky returns us in tonight. Oh, come on, Lanky. We will win 6-0 tonight. You're having a laugh, aren't you? I need a drink. I haven't even got a drink in this. I've got a bottle of beer somewhere in the fridge. Should I have a beer? I think I need it after today. Yeah, I might have a beer tonight. Maybe have a beer tonight. Not a beer for a couple of... yeah, for the can, yeah. Anyway, Ian says, try sitting through 160 wins, 15 feet sea surge, and then you can get some perspective. Prayers to those affected in Spain with the floods. The winds weren't far off 160, 100 and odd miles. They were well over 100 miles an hour. But yeah, I know you can put it into perspective, but honestly, go and see the pictures of what's happened in Spain. It is unbelievable. 72 dead, to put it into perspective. So yeah, 72 people dead, and it is counting. So yeah, that's a perspective for you. And there's not many hurricanes that take 72 lives in America these days. But Stephen Shaw says, put a poll on, do you think Rodgers has made so many changes? Be interesting what the outcome is. Put a poll up, do you think Rodgers has made too many changes? Right then, let's do that quickly, because a lot of people will be heading to the game. And see what you think. Copy that. We'll do a poll. Chat poll. Start poll. And it is. Put D in front of that. There we go. Do you think Brendan's... There we go. There's the poll. You asked for it and you get it. You asked for it and you get it. Lanky returns. I know someone in this chat very well, but not going to say who he is. Just keep quiet. Says Lanky returns. It's all down to you, Baz, says Big Des. Yeah, thank you for that, Big Des. The defence midfield strong, and the 2 wide men, question marks about that. God help the people of Spain, says Big Des. And Natasha says, Big Jim, Baz got over 2.5 goals to score to Kyogo. I think so, yeah. I think Kyogo will definitely score. Over 2.5 goals for Kyogo, first to score Celtic. Over 9 corners, 12-1. And I've got £5 on it. You're way better than betting at me. Way better. I've just never got betting, and it's just I've never been into betting really. I mean, it used to take me to do the lottery. Big Des says it's all down to you, and that's the community online. I know we've done that one with Lanky. Joseph says, hey, Baz, if we got beat in the semi, what does that mean for the team who plays must be sold if Yang and Palmer are attending for tonight's game? If we get beat in the semi, it's because we got beat by a better team in Aberdeen, but I don't think we will, because Brendan is unbeaten in the semi. Natasha says McCowan, Bernardo and Engels midfield is going for 4-0. I think you might be right. Dundee played 9-1-2 for fuck's sake. We should batter them. Clement says on the news he reckons that they'll take the points. I hope that comes back to bite them in the bum. I really do. I can't wait till tonight, and hopefully it goes the right way, because the meltdown will be absolutely. I've seen some of the images and videos on the news, devastating. See, the ones on the news are nothing. The ones that the news show you are tame. The ones that I've seen on Facebook and stuff, but people, it's just unbelievable. Kale got to score a hat-trick tonight, says Lanky returns. Baz and his huge semis in the Polar. I'm glad you said Polar. Poya. I'm not even going to say what that means in Spanish. Better that way, Baz says than Thasha. Yep. Keep the beer on ice and until they're live tonight, Baz. And hopefully it'll be a celebration, says Big Des. Yep. I've got £5 on Aberdeen to win 3-1 tonight, says William Lang. Tony says you need to put a maybe on the poll so we can sit on the fence. Do you think Rodgers has made too many changes tonight? Yes, is 42%. No's at 58%. There's only 52 votes, but never mind. John said last night he's going for 3-1 the Hoops and 3-1 the Sheep, which is interesting. Let's see how the media has reacted to the changes. Lewis Palmer, team versus Dundee United confirmed. The team's up 7 changes. Confirmed CCV starts and Celtic shake-up. Celtic starting 11 against Dundee as Brendan Rodgers makes several changes. Fringe players start as Celtic fans react to Brendan Rodgers ringing the changes. For Dundee, Rodgers rings the changes. Palmer, Yang, Carter Vickers start Celtic against Dundee, starting 11 to face Dundee on the official site. Let's see what the official site says to it. I always think it's funny the way that Celtic put stuff out. After this is from the Celtic FC site, by the way, the news page. After a comfortable and convincing 3-0 win against Motherwell at Fir Park on Sunday, Brendan Rodgers has named his starting 11 to face Dundee under the Paradise Lights tonight. The Paradise Lights tonight, I love it. The Celtic boss has made 6 changes to his lineup from the team that started in Motherwell at the weekend. Greg Taylor and Cameron Carter-Vickers are back in the first team action after recovering from injury, whilst Anthony Ralston replaces Alistair Johnston at right back. There's also starts for Yang and Lewis Palmer and Arne Engels. Brendan Rodgers looks to continue his side excellent start to the season. The full team is Schmeichel, Taylor, Trusty, Carter Vickers, Ralston, McCown, Bernardo, Engels, Yang, Palmer and Kyogo up front. The subs are Sinisalo, Johnson, Scales, Alex Baye, Daiz Maida, Rio Hatate, James Forrest and Stephen Welsh, and young Francis Turley makes the bench. Also, I want to see Turley on. Forget about the rest. I want to see Turley on the pitch. The kick-off at Celtic Park is at 7:45 Celtic Park time. You can keep up to the minute with the action via our Match Centre on our website. Never mind Twitter. Just come over to the Match Centre where it's all delayed and crap. But anyway, there's some amount of comments. Some of the comments just came through. Lancashire says Brendan is playing it smart by resting players before the semi-final. Michael Ross says, if you can't beat Dundee at home, forget even turning up for the Leipzig game. We're not even wanting to talk about that yet, Michael. We've got a lot of football to play before that. A lot of important football, because if we take our eye off the ball tonight and we drop any points and Aberdeen win, Aberdeen are top of the league. Aberdeen are then top of the league going into the semi-final. This is a permutation that we've never even thought about, Celtic fans. Head explosion time. If Celtic drop any points tonight, which they will not, I do not think, and it's not disrespectful to say that we're going to beat Dundee, but we would expect Celtic to win tonight. But if the adverse happened and were to drop any points and say Dundee managed to get a draw and Aberdeen were to win, Aberdeen would then go into the semi-final at Hampden Park this weekend. They'll all be walking about with huge semis. You'll not get them through the door. They'll all be walking in like, Jesus, awkward. Every player will be walking in with a huge semi. The fact that they would be top of the league, could you imagine that? And then they go to Hampden and play Celtic in the final. Not only did they beat Rangers in midweek and then go to Hampden, if they were to manage to beat Celtic at Hampden in the semi, oh my God, the Aberdeen fans would be like, they would think that their Christmas had come twice. Anyway, in reality, it's not going to happen. In reality, Celtic will win the game tonight. Aberdeen will win the game up in Aberdeen, or it may even be a draw. Come Saturday, it'll take care of itself. Brendan Rodgers knows how to win at Hampden, and I fully expect Celtic to win within the 90 minutes at Hampden. I think it'll be a late winner at Hampden again, but we cannot even speak about the Aberdeen Celtic game this weekend at Hampden. We need to talk about Celtic Dundee. Paul McGrath says, enjoy the game. troops. He's off to the game. Brendan is playing a smart game, says Lanky, to resting key players for the semi-final. Michael Ross says, if you can't beat Dundee, don't even think about turning up for the game against Leipzig. Peter Hughes says, we cannot wait to see the Huns getting beat and hammering, and then Celtic hammering the Dundee boys. Nipping out for Cargo. Go on, forget the troops, man. Going out for Cargo. Big Des is nipping out. Imagine not getting the Cargo in earlier. Carry our bags down the road, man. 2 8-packs and a wee half bottle of vodka. Fucking dancer. We're in. Oh, a bottle of Bucky, just that's it. Wee half bottle of Bucky and a wee Vody Bovril at half time. Who's you the good? So that's Big Des nipping out for the Cargo. Baz, what time are you doing live after the game? Dave, I'll be jumping on before the end of the Celtic game. I will be jumping on before the end of the Celtic game so we can get immediate reaction to the Celtic result. Plus, the Rangers game runs on 15 minutes after us, including extra time, which will be around about 20 minutes up in Aberdeen. So we can sit and take in the Aberdeen game. It's not going to be a watch-along, but it's kind of will be because we'll be watching it on the telly and talking on YouTube at the same time. The Huns are getting pumped. I'm going to watch Stevie Guy doing his watch the own meltdown, says John. Don't do that. It means that could I actually stream his live stream at the same time? I wonder if I could. I know I can. But should I? So we could listen to Mad Stevie in the background doing his meltdown whilst watching it on the telly while talking on YouTube. Now that would be a stream and a half. William says, last time Dawns, I've just missed, where did that go to? Smoke a banger. Looks like Baz, it's Jim Boy. I'm using Natasha Swiss. Oh my goodness, man. Jesus. Just Jim Boy 67 is using his missus. There we go. That's why you do. I'm not going to remember that Natasha's Jim Boy and Carly's Stephen. Didn't get me confused. It's been a bad enough day as it is. My head's been all over the place as it is. Lanky says, stop stressing, the game hasn't even started yet. Go and smoke a banger. I don't smoke, but I take your point. We won't drop points tonight, but Aberdeen might. Beaten in charge, oh my god, penalty Sevco, bringing English refs, says that one. I'm going to jump through. Try 3 bottles of wine, do you miss it? You can buy it here. You can buy Buckfast here. There's a pub in town just 5 minutes down the road. 5 minutes down the road. Michael Ross, Vody Bovril was a thing back in the day. There was a guy that used to sit at 111. He was massive on Twitter at the time. Saint Stixis was his name on Twitter. His name's Paul, but he's probably not watching this. Saint Stixis was his name on Twitter. He had a massive Twitter account, and he got videoed. It went viral on Twitter, and he's dancing in front of the Polis at half time in one of the doorways, and somebody stuck it off on Twitter and it went completely viral. But it was me and him that used to go for a Vody Bovril at half time. Absolutely brilliant days. Remember doing it at Motherwell away and everything, and then the quarter bottles of vodka gets chucked onto and the stewards are walking past going, "Facts of quarter bottles of vodka coming for? What are you drinking about?" Anyway, Rangers will definitely get a penalty tonight. Who cares about that? Stephen Shaw, we don't care what the animals say or they, as they say. William Lang says, "Aye, Paul, I was tempted with that because the Huns will definitely get a penalty." I don't think so. Michael, Natasha, Nataka, Michael is Jimmy. What? Says Paradise Found. It's all very confusing. And Michael Ross is laughing about the fact that we used to drink Vody Bovril at Celtic Park. Yep. At the bottom half of 111 when the Green Brigades were up at their wee bit and we were just in front of them. Yeah, it was Vody Bovril time all day long. It was absolutely brilliant. See, on a really cold winter's night, you get into December and it's Baltic, get a wee Vody Bovril. We used to go down to the disabled toilets. You can't go now because it's they always say security on the doors. Anyway, I went to St. Stixis, says Paradise Found. Well, there you go. Anyway, let's get some more of the headlines. McGregor injury latest, captain setback raises League Cup semi-final concerns. I don't know how they're getting that for you, because they're just Callum McGregor's surprise omission from the Celtic. So it's not a surprise omission. Why are Celtic media going down this narrative? It's not a surprise omission. Brendan Rodgers said if he wasn't 100% fit tonight, he wasn't going to get played. He would get played at the weekend. So why do Celtic media sites, these papped up bloggers that want to be journalists, why do they go down this route saying that it's raised concerns over the Motherwell, where it's not? There's been nothing coming out of Celtic Park whatsoever. It's pure speculation. And I mean, who wrote this? They didn't even have their name to it, do they? So I don't like about these sites. They don't put their names to whoever writes the articles. Anyway, who cares? Just another site that I'll just ignore from now on. Time is it is 8:10. Let's jump back into the comment section whilst we go over the team again. My mate's asking what colour you're dyeing your hair. What colour am I dyeing my hair? I shaved my head. I get the Gillette sensor and shaving foam and shave my head. I'm not going to dye my hair. That's in the comments. Lanky Return says, Stephen, back in my day, it was Thunderbirds and a half bottle. Oh, mind that, Lanky. A bottle of Thunderbirds. Oh, Jesus. You're showing your age, Lanky. You're showing your age back in the 80s. Back in the late 80s, that was. That was mid-80s Thunderbird, wasn't it? That was the mid-80s. That means you're older than me. Quality. Right, I'm going to bring the poll to an end. There's been exactly 100 votes. Let's see if it steals any votes tonight. And it's 101 votes. Do you think that Rodgers has made too many changes in the team tonight? No says 58%. Yes says 51%. I'm going to write that down because... No, I'm not going to talk about it after the game because it'd be far too much. I believe that Sevco will get help by VAR. But they'll be defeated by a better team tonight in Aberdeen. Well, let's hope so. William Lang says, happy Ralston is playing. Always gives his all for us and his beloved Celtic. Never lets us down. Yep, that is true. Lanky Return says, it might be this age, but I know I'm a lot younger than half the people on here. Didn't he say that, Lanky? That means that this... We're going to rename the channel the OAP Ultras channel. The OAP Ultras channel. Oh my goodness. That's good though. That's all good. All good. Remember the flag that there was a couple of old guys done that at Celtic Park a few years ago. You're talking about, it must have been about 8 years ago now, to be fair. Because this is 2020. Yeah, it must have been about 8 years ago. There was a couple of old boys and they had an OAP Ultras flag. Absolutely brilliant. That was funny as anything. Where do we start playing our strongest team? We have to start playing our strongest team, says Jim. No, we don't. We play that against Aberdeen at the weekend. That's the important game. Getting to the final is important. Getting to the final is more important than the game tonight. I would say that. Something today says I'm 46 now. A senior too. A senior at 46. No, you're not. Lanky was never born in 1982. Shut up. Yes. Oh, Lanky, you were never born in 1982 if you were drinking Thunderbirds. Not a chance. That was an 80s drink. You're a 70s lad. Michael Ross, who's the Bab? Oh, dear. Made it there and back. But Big Des has been to the shop. Big Des has been to the shop. Dave Hislop's older than me. Lanky, I think you're the oldest in tune, says Paradise Found. You're all slagging each other off your age. Anyway, there's been 1,500 people on the live tonight, which is good. Ads automated on, monetization's on, all good. Right, we'll give a little... I'm 48 now, says Mr. Quinn. God, I'm starting to feel old. Lanky was born in 1882. Both games are important, says Paul Baird. Yes, they are. What are you talking your ages away for? God, we are all OEP Ultras almost there. It's like the 50s crew. That's why this channel gets less views than some other channels, because it's a younger crowd that watches them. What's green, white and flies? IPOX. McEwen's pale ale. McEwen's Pale Ale. That was a cracking tin of beer, wasn't it? Well, it wasn't beer, it was ale. That was a cracker. I missed a pint of that. I missed a good pint of ale. The closest I can get to a pint of ale over here is Carfrey's. That's rank, really. Richard says it's going to be 1-0. Okay, any result, but other than 2 will be okay. 3 points, 2 points clear, 9 ahead of the blue team is a must at the end of the night. Lanky returns, says something August. It's August. There's no way, Lanky, there's no way are you born in 1982. No way. I'm not believing that for a minute. Big Des Big Des was born in 1969. Jamesy was 55. What's going on? I don't feel old bad as born, but I was not in 1963. Jesus, pensioner. Stuart's Uncle Stuart Ramsey's the da of the channel. I'm an old cunt now, but I'm proud, says Dave Hislop. I think we're old on this channel. I think it's fair to be said that it's the OAP Ultras channel. We're old enough to respect the club and not call their stadium Parkers. Oh my God, don't even think about it. Anybody that calls Celtic Park Parkers that I see on Twitter, I block. I just block straight away. Block. Supertenants was the best start of the season. I went to school with Moses. Oh, no, you're at it. Ian's 59, I remember, because the last time the Huns won anything was 1975. Lanka says, can the person that I know back up my claim I'm 42? Oh, my goodness. Lanky, I'm not getting my age away, but you're 10 years younger than me then. Jesus. No, I feel old. Ian McBride, I have t-shirts older than... Oh my God, we're meant to be talking about Celtic tonight. Born in 1973 in Fife, says Scotty boy, in the cold, windy Cowdenbeath. You would have been, in 1973, there was a good chance that you were almost been born at home, because there wasn't a hospital in Cowdenbeath. So did you go to Dunfermline, the old Queen Margaret? Even at the Baz, and Stephen Johnson says, Scotty boy, Stuart Ramsey, still 18 in my head, Baz. Stuart Ramsey, we're all still 18 in our head. It's just our body that lets us down, and sometimes the gut. But the wife's paid to that and got us eating healthy and drinking less. So, yeah, it's all good. And a nice bit of sunshine helps you. Today, Richard says, it's hard to get up at 3 a.m. to watch the game when you're over 60. Just get the alarm. What do you mean it's hard to get up? You shouldn't even be in bed sleeping at that age. According to my daughter, that's when everyone old gets up 3 o'clock in the morning. She's like, it's always pensioners that are walking about at like 6 in the morning and find the dead bodies. What are they doing at 6 in the morning? Killing people. Shouldn't say that. Baz was born. Joseph was born in 1957. Jesus God, man. Right, that's it. Scotty boy Dunfermline. Yeah, Scotty boy, the Queen Margaret in Dunfermline, the old Queen Margaret. I remember it well. I'm 57, but I have the mind of an 8-year-old. Still gurgle at the word semi. Bag raging semi. Oh, I'm glad there's quite a few well older than me. That's all I care about. It's downhill towards Rosyth. Downhill towards Rosyth. Yeah, there you go. That's what you say. Cool. Better younger. Find a younger live stream now. I better find a younger live stream now. Lanky, don't you even dare. Oh, Jesus. How have you not got your spanner? I've just noticed. That's a different channel, isn't it? Is it because you changed your channel name? Because you had a spanner, didn't you, Lanky? I've just noticed that. You lost your spanner when you mucked about with your channels. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Celtic Parks G40. Yes, Joseph, older than me. Right, you're all just talking about your age now, aren't you? Stephen Shaw says, I used to go to the jungle. It was £1.50 to get in, and the bus to the game was £1.50. Oh, the days. I can remember when I went, it was a £5 for a bus and the £5 to get in. Cracking days. I'm 69 and weak, says Tom. 69 and you're just starting life, mate. 69, you're just starting life. 49. What are we doing? Right, stop it. Stop. I'm going to type stop. A lot of you stop talking about your age. Jesus. Don't need a spanner. I am already a spanner, said Lanky. Yep, you heard that. I'll be getting ID'd the next time I come in, Lanky, says Jamesy boy. Right, let's jump over to the news website and see what the latest comedy news is. We should jump over to the Sevco land on Twitter, shouldn't we? We should see what Celtic fans are saying to the changes first of all. Let's see what they say. Nicholas Cooden, question mark. This gives me the fear, says Davey. 3 points, please, says Celtic. Cameron Farter Knickers. The way we get a Chinese after the game in this wild injury. Scott Payne is playing. No. Ralston, Palmer, Yang starting. Payne. Somebody's put Payne on Bain's shirt. What a terrible lineup. Could struggle tonight, the Wingers. Let's go over to the land of the Zombies just for the banter. Pre-match build-up. Oh, there he's talking out. Oh, I need to put my headphones on. I need to listen to see what the baldy Neil Beale's talking about. He said that Aberdeen made an excellent start to the season. They are walking on clouds now. For us, it's important to show our own level. You know, it's a place where they're going to start with high pressing, very aggressive. We need to match the same activity in a positive way, not in a stupid way or a negative way. We cannot get red cards. He's put pressure on the referee already. We cannot get red cards. Not to get caught in transitions. I can't listen to him. Honestly, I can't listen to him. Rangers manager talking absolute friggin' nonsense. They're starting 11. Butland, Tavernier, Suter. I don't even know who half the players are. Dressers is playing. I don't know who they are, to be honest, so I'm not even going to just talk about them whatsoever. Let's get back onto the channel. Great accent, Baz. Says Vicar Ross. Paradise Food says, I found a new spot on my back older than... Oh, I just done it. I need a drink. Oh, Jim F, cheers for cheering me up. Jesus God, man, I found a spot on my back older than Sevco. What age do you stop saying a half? Do you still get a half and a half? Anyway, can't afford to sack him. They'll lose 5 million in compensation. Paradise Found, John says, much debt at the end. Fucking it's over 100 million with a loss 17 million last month. I bet Aberdeen scored 2 goals the first and to win by 2 goals tonight, says Scotty Boy. And it's been over 1700. I'm just going to keep the video going because it's doing quite well. It's been over 1700, which is good before a game. Enjoy the night, troops. Catch you later, says Lanky returned. Just can't. I'm going to cry. Right, I suppose I've been on for an hour nearly. Actually, wow. So I have. It's been on for 57 minutes. Anyway, I really want to see Palmer do well. There's a player in there, but and I want that player to come out. Paul Baird says, who cares what the Hun says? Yep, let's hope it's 2-0 to Aberdeen tonight. Let's hope it's 4-0 to Celtic or 3-0 to Celtic. And Michael Ross says, I hope it's 2-0 and they score in the 16th and 90th minute. Oil that chair, Baz. It's a bit squeaky, says Stuart Ramsey. Turn your hearing aid down. Good night, Lanky, says Mr. Quinn. Zero says, it's cold up in Aberdeen tonight. Clement needs a big jacket on from the walk back to the Castle Grayskull. I have semis longer than the Huns have been here. You just wanted me to say that anyway. On that note, I hope Celtic win tonight. We will be back on just around about 5-10 minutes to go to the end of the Celtic game. We will jump back on. Thank you to everyone who's watched the video tonight. There's been over 1,750 people watched the video so far. There's only been 85 thumbs up, so make sure that you do give the video a thumbs up. There's currently 268 people watching. And on that note, what's changed? How's that changed? Oh, that doesn't matter. It's cool. Anyway, have a fantastic evening. Come on, the Hoops. We're sitting at 19,471 subscribers. We're getting closer. We're just edging a little bit closer. We could do it ramping up a bit. So anyway, on that note, come on, you boys and